Welcome everyone to our latest video. Today we're diving deep into the pivotal moments of NFL Week 13. Before we get started, a massive thank you to all of you for joining in. Your support means the world, so let's jump into the biggest takeaways from this action-packed week. Week 13 wrapped up with a big game between the Seahawks and the Cowboys. The Cowboys won 41-35, and there were lots of penalties, like a Steelers game with 257 yards worth. Seattle lost 4 out of their last 5 games, and it seems like it might just end up 6-8. Their upcoming matches are against Philly, San Francisco, and they're giving up 41 points a week, and that does not bode well with winning. On the bright side, DK Metcalf and JSN did great, getting almost 200 yards combined together. DK had one of his best games, especially against a tough defense. Seattle's offense looks promising, but their defense worries me a lot. In Dallas, Dak is doing great and is in the MVP talk. Since losing to the 49ers in Week 5, he's thrown 21 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions with a really high passer rating over 121. Jake Ferguson is also stepping up, and the Cowboys are looking solid. Feels more real this time compared to past years. The next big challenge is against the Eagles this week. Switching to the NFC East, let's talk about Sunday's game between the Dolphins and the Commanders. Miami took control and won by 30 points. Since Week 10, they've only allowed 41 points, although they faced the Raiders, the Tim Boyle-led Jets, and now the Commanders. Improvement is improvement, though, and their next 2 games are at home against the Titans and Jets. I expect them to have an 11-3 record heading into Christmas Eve against Dallas. Now on to the Chargers and the Pats game, which might very well have been the worst game of the year. Only 6 points were scored in total. LA improved to 5-7, and Khalil Mack now has 15 sacks this year. But that's where the good news stops for the Chargers. They only averaged 1.2 yards per carry as a team. QJ had a bad drop on 3rd down in the 3rd quarter. Winning is good, but there's nothing groundbreaking about the Chargers. They're 5-7 for a reason, and they were quite lucky to win this game. The Chargers scored 6 points but covered the 5.5 spread. That's the main takeaway. For New England, their offensive performance in 2023 is just bad, even monumentally bad. Also, in the Northeast, we had a pretty boring game between the Falcons and Jets as well. A rare moment occurred as Falcons tight end Michael Pruitt caught a touchdown pass from 20 yards out. The Falcons secured a win against a solid defense, coming back from being behind and getting the W. Despite facing resistance, the Jets did everything to stop the run, limiting Atlanta to just 2.6 yards per carry. Atlanta has a legitimate shot at reaching 10 wins, with their next 4 games being quite winnable. The question is, will they rely on the passing game for these victories? Tennessee faced a tough overtime loss to the Colts, dropping to 4-8. The Titans' situation is not optimistic as their defense is struggling and the play calling is questionable at times. Although they contained the run well, Gardner shredded them for over 300 yards, and they gave up a special teams touchdown on a blocked punt. The Titans' 2023 season is marked by inconsistency, a recipe for a struggling football team. On the other hand, Indy improved to 7-5 with the win, but I'm not convinced that they are true contenders. Despite the record, facing a decent or playoff team might expose their vulnerabilities. However, Michael Pittman's performance remains a bright spot for the Colts. The Broncos' 5-game winning streak ended as they lost 22-17 to the Texans. While this defeat likely rules out a playoff run for Denver this year, there are some positive aspects to consider. It was unrealistic to expect this defense to generate 4 turnovers in every game. Denver, now 6-6, might face a tough match against the Lions, but finishing the season 10-7 remains a very possible path, though. The Broncos shouldn't be too intimidated by the Chargers or the Patriots, and reaching 10 wins is within reach. For Houston, being 7-5 is a significant achievement compared to even 7 months ago. Despite an unimpressive win, holding a 7-5 record with a rookie quarterback in the MVP conversation is commendable. The team, characterized by its youth and skills, demonstrated resilience. Derek Stingley's outstanding interception to seal the game showcased the success of rebuilding under DeMeco Ryans. The Lions, standing at 9-3, made a strong comeback after a 10-day break, securing the road win with 33 points. Standout performances from Sam Laporta, the promising rookie tight end, bode well for the team's future. Defensive concerns exist, but facing the Bears and the Broncos in the upcoming weeks provides an opportunity to address these issues. Meanwhile, the Saints, now at 5-7, might need to reconsider a coaching change as Dennis Allen seems to be falling short. The Cardinals-Steelers game experienced 2 delays, resulting in a 24-10 victory for Arizona. Although the Cardinals, Denver, now 6-6, might face a tough match against the Lions, but finishing the season 10-7 remains a very possible path, though. The Broncos shouldn't be too intimidated by the Chargers or the Patriots, and reaching 10 wins is within reach. For Houston, being 7-5 is a significant achievement compared to even 7 months ago. Despite an unimpressive win, holding a 7-5 record with a rookie quarterback in the MVP conversation is commendable. The team, characterized by its youth and skills, demonstrated resilience. Derek Stingley's outstanding interception to seal the game showcased the success of rebuilding under DeMeco Ryans. The Lions, standing at 9-3, made a strong comeback after a 10-day break, securing the road win with 33 points. Standout performances from Sam Laporta, the promising rookie tight end, bode well for the team's future. Defensive concerns exist, but facing the Bears and the Broncos in the upcoming weeks provides an opportunity to address these issues. Meanwhile, the Saints, now at 5-7, might need to reconsider a coaching change as Dennis Allen seems to be falling short. The Cardinals-Steelers game experienced 2 delays, resulting in the 24-10 victory for Arizona. Although the Cardinals might not be the center of attention this season, the year that tight end Trey McBride has put up has been noteworthy. With a 2-2 record since Kyler's return and wins against the Falcons and the Steelers, there's confidence in the long-term vision of this team. Although expressing a desire for losses is in jest, a couple of off-seasons could lead to significant improvements. As for the Steelers, the 24-10 loss at home to a 3-10 team raises concern. Despite a change in offensive coordinators, the team struggled, with mistakes like the Killebrew penalty defining the game. While the playoffs remain a possibility, achieving notable success seems doubtful. The Buccaneers improved to 5-7 with a hard-fought 21-18 win over the Panthers. Mike Evans reached the impressive milestone of 1,000 receiving yards for the 10th straight year. The Bucs, despite controlling their own destiny, have been underwhelming since their Week 5 bye. They have the talent for a 9-win finish, but the question is whether they'll achieve it. For Carolina, the focus is on improvement with their interim coaching staff and young players. In the Browns vs. Rams matchup, Joe Flacco faced a challenging task leading the Browns in his team debut. While the Browns faced adversity, the Rams emerged victorious, securing a 3-0 record since their Week 10 bye. The Rams, with Kyron Williams making a difference, have a good chance of making the postseason if they perform well in their remaining games. Moving to Philadelphia, the Eagles faced a 23-point home loss to the 49ers, but calling them frauds is just a joke. The context of playing 3 games in 13 days and the 49ers' longer preparation time needs consideration. Despite the loss, the Eagles aren't done, and there's potential for a rematch. The 49ers, when performing at their best, show Super Bowl winning potential. The message to Philly is clear: aim for the number 1 seed in the crucial first-round bye. I hope you found the recap in today's video interesting. If so, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. Your support means a lot. Also, check out our Twitter at OOS Sports and other social media platforms in the bio below. Until next time, stay safe and have a good day.